we organize our life in such a way that the seed of fear, anger, craving, and despair in us not to be watered in our daily life. So the practice of the fifth mindfulness training, mindful consumption, is very important. When you watch television, the program may water the seed of anger and despair and violence in you and craving in you. And watching television like that is helping the bad seeds to come up. And when they come up, down there, the seed grows. That person, 10 years ago, he wasn't angry like that, but now he's very angry because the seed of anger in him has grown 10 times bigger. Because in the past, the seed of anger has been watered by himself and by other people. So we have to take care of ourselves. We have to arrange so that the bad seed, the negative seed in us, not to be watered. And as a practitioner, we should know how to do that. And we should help our partner to do that. Darling, you know that I have these negative seeds in me. If you water this seed, I will suffer. And you will suffer too. So if you really care for me, darling, refrain from watering the seed of jealousy, anger, fear, craving in me, and I promise to do the same. I know you have these seeds also. I vow from now on, I will refrain from watering the seed of jealousy, anger, fear in you. Let us support each other in the practice. We are co-practitioners. I vow not to water this seed in me and in you. And please make the same kind of commitment. We sign a love treaty, a peace treaty with the Sangha witnessing. And that is the first aspect of the practice of the 10th exercise. The second practice, the second aspect of the practice is if it happens that a negative seed has already manifested. And a good practitioner should know how to help it to go home down there as quickly as possible. There are many ways. And one of the ways is to invite another seed to come up. And if this seed is beautiful, wholesome, and then this seed will lose strength and go home. It's like you are listening to music, or you are watching television. If the program is not interesting at all, why do you have to continue to watch that program? So change the channel. Push on the button and help another channel to manifest. This is exactly the practice. When a seed of anger or fear or sorrow manifests, don't stay there and become the victim. Do something. Change the channel. Invite something good to happen. Like when you listen to the music, and if the music does not please you, you stop and you put another CD, changing the CD. And you can do that for yourself. And you can help your beloved one to do that. Don't allow him to be under the influence of that mental formation. Help her to get out. say something, help the good things in her, in him to come up. We help each other. And the second aspect of the practice is when a negative mental formation is manifest, try our best to replace it, to help it go home to the state of a seed. Otherwise, if she stay up there for long, down at the base, they will grow. We don't want to give the negative seed in us a chance. The seed of hell, the seed of suffering. The third aspect of the practice is a wholesome seed that has not manifested. Do something to help it to manifest. We have many good things in us. We have the capacity to love, to forgive, to be free, to be joyful, to understand. But why don't we allow these seeds? The elements of the Buddha, the chromosomes transmitted to us by the Buddha, by our Jesus, by our spiritual ancestors. We have them. We have the kingdom. We have nirvana. We have compassion. We have joy and peace. Why don't we do something in order to help bring these up? So the third aspect of the practice is to give the good seeds in us a chance so that they can become good mental formations on the level of our mind consciousness. And the landscape of the mind is beautiful, joyful. Gladdening the mind is the practice. And you can help him, help her, your partner, your co-practitioner to do so. You know that in him, in her, there are good things. And you are a good gardener. You water the good seeds in him, in her. And if the flower blooms, the other person is happy and you are happy also. You are a garden. And your partner is a garden. And you are the gardener. And you know how to water the good seeds. And that practice in Plum Village we call the practice of selective watering. You only water the flower, you don't water the garbage. And the practice can be effective very quickly. You can make the other person happy in just 5-10 minutes. If you know how to water the good seed, the seed of happiness in him or in her. You don't need a lot of time. I remember in Plum Village, that day I was giving a talk on selective watering. And I saw in the audience a lady who cried from the beginning of the talk to the end. She has come from Bordeaux, a city 1 hour of drive from Plum Village to Plum Village. And after the talk, I went to her husband. And I just said something very brief. I said, your flower needs some watering. So that day when they drove home, while driving, he practiced watering the flower in her. And when they arrived at home, the children were very surprised. Their mother was very joyful, not like in the morning. So the practice can change very quickly. selective watering. We can do it, even with our telephone.